Download the BCSN Plus app today.
At Purdue, Todd Mitchell played under legendary head coach Gene Keady and got his first career start as a freshman in 1985. A baptism of fire on the road in Bloomington, a game that has gone down in history because of Hoosier head coach Bobby Knight's temper and chair throwing.
That was obviously a historical game. That was truly baptism by fire. I had come off the bench up until that time period, and you go in the night before, you practice, and you play the game the next day. Well, typically the starters are black, and the reserves are gold. And so I had on my gold jersey, and we're sitting around in a circle, we're stretching, and coach come by me and he says, "Hey, turn your shirt over black." I was like, he said, "What did he say?" He said, "Turn your shirt over black." I said, "Oh, okay." And so to be thrust into that kind of environment as a starter on the road, I was like, couldn't they have, given me a warm-up game or something like, Wisconsin at home or Michigan State at home before I go on the road? But he had that kind of confidence in me, and turned out I had a pretty good game. But it turned out to be a very historical game, obviously with Coach Knight and his 3 technicals and losing himself a little bit. But that was my first real introduction to what true rivalry was about. Obviously we had rivalries here, St. Francis, St. John's, that was great, St. Francis Scott. But then on the college level, that just took it to a whole nother stratosphere.
When you look back at your time at Purdue, what stands out the most?
I would say my time there, one thing that I feel like I was very blessed with were tremendous teammates, great coaching, an awesome college experience. I got an opportunity to play in front of a sold-out crowd every single night, and that's something that a lot of athletes typically don't get. And to have that level of success, sustained success over 4 years, typically, you have some rebuilding years along the way, and then you hit 1 year. We were lucky, we won 20 games, went to the tournament every year, and then had some spectacular junior and senior years. So those are the kind of things that I'm really going to remember. The first Big Ten championship was probably the most enjoyable because it was a surprise. We played really well, and we ended up winning it. The second one, we were number 1 in the country, picked to win the Big Ten, so it was more like a job, and there was a lot of pressure that year to get that done. But overall, just the entire college experience was an awesome time for me.